about the technical issues that I had a little something going on wrong with the with the live stream, and it was double playing for some reason. So, what's up, K Business? I saw that you were in here. Hope you come back. Appreciate, for those that are coming in right now. So, I've had a long time not doing content for a variety of reasons. A lot of different reasons, and so I'm able to come in this morning. I'm taking care of a couple of errands, and so I decided to come in, kind of chop it up with you all and talk to you all a little bit about things that I've been doing business wise, things I've been doing professional wise. Okay, my boy K Business Channel is back. Appreciate you for coming in. So, um, business has been up for me. Has been a huge increase over the holidays. Um, a lot of my responsibilities operating my clinic has increased. I have a couple of big business deals that I am focused on, and it has not allowed me to do live streams. It has not allowed me to even do uploads or any of those things. And so I wanted to have a chance to kind of talk to you all about the content of 2025 that I will engage in. I'm hoping, because as I told you all uh, weeks ago when I was doing my content, man, business first, man. Business is first. And as I evaluate myself as far as what I got going on during the day, and as I look at my daily routines, priorities with business, family, other different things going on, activities and all that stuff, I have to work around that before I can do any recreational things, period, particularly YouTube. And I look at YouTube, although it can be a business, although it can be educational, although there's networking opportunities and all that good stuff, but at the same time, there are other things that take precedence over that. And so I was unable to create content over the last 2.5 weeks. I was kind of on a little roll doing the vertical thing. I'm doing the vertical thing now. And I was talking about the political stuff that did really, really well. Then I started talking about business stuff, started talking about mental health stuff. And so, um, due to just looking at the algorithm, looking at my channel, looking at what people are responding to, the reality is that for what I'm seeing, people responded to me more talking about business, and they and particularly politics. When I was doing politics, I had 200 to 300 people watching. They do enjoy me talking about mental. I'm gonna always, my baseline will always be mental health. My baseline will always be mental health. Shout out to Unadulterated Truth. He say happy New Year to you, good brother. I hope all is great with you and yours. Yes, it is. Appreciate that. Everything is great. Everything is wonderful. So, um, I wanted to have this discussion because there are people right now that have been who have contacted me indirectly through email and think of the different avenues that you can outside of calling and texting me, but they want to know what's up with the content, why we're not getting as much content. When are you going to come back to the Umar Johnson sector? When are you going to do some manosphere related type of content? And so the answer is that you're not going to see me. Number one, you're not going to see me do any Umar Johnson content. Okay? Let me repeat, for those who uh, are trying to trigger me and, playing my content or saying my name, or they have people that I got wind of that were saying I committed Medicaid fraud all over again. See, these are all of the things for a person in my stature, a person in my position. I don't need to be playing in areas like that. So when you have people slandering your name, mischaracterizing you, people trying to be in your business, people who don't mean you any good at all, it makes no sense for me to be in that environment. I'm in a position where I'm trying to grow wealth. I'm trying to build wealth. I'm trying to also network with others, and I'm also in a position of consulting and things of that, where I'm helping other people grow theirs and build theirs. And being in certain sectors like that don't allow me to do that. It's counterproductive. So no, I'm not going to respond back to people who mention my name. I'm not going to respond back to people who saying things about me that are just simply not true. And to be honest with you, I have been in these areas for over 5 years, and at some point you have to realize that you don't need to be in those areas where people are constantly doing the same things. So I won't be there. Now, as it relates to the manosphere sector, um, there are some topics, there are some content that I am interested in debunking and giving my perspective on. If I ever decide to go back to my D Durrell, the Rebirth channel, I may every now and then do a something related to manosphere related, relationship related content. Every now and then, very seldom, I may do that. And it's going to probably be a premiere or something like that. It's not going to be something where I'm going live. The only time you're going to see me going live is on D Durrell Life Solutions. This is the only channel you're going to see me going live. I have grown to not like going live, particularly on the StreamYard format where you have panelists and all of that other good stuff. I don't have time for people to be timing people out and going back and forth with people cursing, yelling, saying things about other people. All of this unproductive, negative behavior as a grown adult. I don't have time, and I don't wish to do any of those things online. Now, there are people who are entertained by that. They spend 20, 30, 40 hours a week of unproductive hours doing those things. And if that, suits them, it does. However, for me, that's no longer the case. I've always struggled with balancing time or trying to do more content. I've always understood what comes first. And there's times I can do content, there's times I can't. So my 2025 content in all essence reflects positive, informative, mentally stimulating content. You're trying to learn something. You're trying to grow. You're trying to improve. I'm giving information, knowledge, giving healthy perspectives. That's what I'm into. And for those who are not a fan of that, I understand, and you are welcome to unsubscribe, and you are welcome. You're greatly welcome to turn to another channel and, get whatever you think you should get out of that. What's up, Peter Panel Killer? I'm not engaging in that. I want to strictly do content for 2025 on my channel, on my live streams. A lot of those live streams will kind of reflect some of my older content where I'm either at my office, I'm at a business, I'm doing business. Right now, I'm in my vehicle. Right now, I'm waiting on some things. Right now, some things that I got to take care of. When it's done, I'll continue on. So I may leave out for a second. I got to pick up a few things, and then when I finish picking those things up, I will come back and continue the live stream. But 2025 is not the year of negative content. It's not the year of drama for me. It's not the year of me going back and forth. I can't do that. I can't. The reality is that it's just not just when I have consultants who consulting in my company, they're streamlining where I need to improve and do better, and productability and non-productiveness, particularly during the day, through the week. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna just be honest. I never allowed YouTube to get in the way of me providing um, high level services at my clinic and as a mental health professional because I always scheduled around it. But I did understand through the analysis of the consultant that when I would do spontaneous lives for 2 or 3 hours, and I'm at these panels or these live streams that were for 2 to 3 hours turned into 3 to 4 hours, that was not the best usage of my time during the day. It was not. Um, they even stated that even the time that I would spend in the evenings, late evenings, even at night, it was best suited for doing some things, even though they said but the peak hours of my business, which peak hours for my business is from 10 a.m. to about 2 p.m. Although my business office hours start from 8 and they can potentially end at 6, sometimes 7, peak hours for me are from 10 to 2. And there was a lot of times I was doing content when I would go on a break from like 10, 11, 12 to 2 o'clock or something like that. I should have been doing other things. And so I have been watching other sectors, the sectors that I've been involved in, and I've been watching from the clouds. I actually came down out the clouds to tell Pete how he was doing one day. Every now and then I may come out the clouds and say hello to people. But as far as me engaging, as far as me interacting with people that think they know what they're talking about as it relates to me, my business, and what I have and don't have, and they don't like me for whatever reasons, but you're constantly doing content about me, you'll be doing that alone. And I know that there are people that want me to come back. And I know that there are people who are trying to trigger me to come back. And I'm in a totally different place, man. I'm really, really in a different place, just mentally, professional wise, just the way I use my time. And YouTube to me has greatly diminished as far as my daily YouTube usage, content, just visual, just viewing content, viewership of other sectors. I watch skits of all different types of people. I'm talking about all of these different things. And so it has greatly diminished. I would say on average, I would watch at least, before I slowed down, I would watch at least 8 hours a day of YouTube content. And that goes from, a lot of this is while I'm working. I'm watching content while I'm typing, doing clinical notes or doing paperwork. I was listening to content when I would drive to work, break-wise, if I'm not doing content on a panel, coming home. And then at night, I may, scroll a little bit and watch different. I watched about 8 hours of content a day. Now, to be honest with you, I'm lucky to watch about 3 hours of content, particularly between the Thanksgiving holidays and Christmas holidays. I was basically watching a couple of skits. I'm a big fan of Country Wayne. I was watching Country Wayne content and skits, and he may drop about maybe 10 or 15 videos. That's all I was primarily watching. I may scroll and watch other people in other sectors for maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and that would be it. I was not watching a lot of content, had no urge, had no need, and particularly when I would watch content and I would see where people were, mentioning my name or making false characterizations of me or trying to mock me how I look and different things like that on different videos and all that kind of stuff. Some of that stuff was actually sent to me to watch, I guess, to try to trigger me or whatever. And I just, laughed and just moved on throughout my day. But But that's the way it is. So unadulterated truth states when you take a break, use that time for something productive and see how much can be accomplished. You realize how much money you have been leaving on the table. It changes your priorities. It does. And I want you to understand the money, it not, to me, see, people have to understand when we talk about business and we talk about my industry, is that it's not that I left, even though they estimated that when I would go live during the day between peak hours, I was potentially losing about $300 to $500 an hour. It's not that every hour I went on YouTube, I was losing $300 to $500 an hour. It's just that my value to my company, basically, I could have been doing some other things, even though these are things that I didn't have to do, or I could have been planning or pre-planning for other things, setting up meetings, making other contacts, marketing wise. When you talk about the marketing, the networking, setting up meetings, maybe potentially talking to staff, trainings, that's how they came up with that number. And so, it's not that I was losing that every hour, but that was just an estimate based on my value to the company and other things that I could have been doing that was paramount to the company being more productive. It just me maximizing things, because I'm gonna be honest, I work hard. My day typically starts at about 7:30, 8 o'clock every day. And I usually don't get home until 6 o'clock, sometimes 7 o'clock every day. So I'm working 10 plus hours a day. I work 10, on average, I work between 9 to 12 hours a day. Some days I may not work that many. In my field, there are times where I may have, um, breaks, long breaks. I may work intensive very intensively from 10, 11, 12, and 1 and have a break from 1 to 2 o'clock, a 2 hour break. That's very common. And so I have, and I've always knew these things. They didn't tell me anything I didn't know, but the fact of the matter is they told me things that I needed to hear from someone else to basically validate what I already knew. Because I knew doing content throughout the day or evenings when I could be doing other things, I could be doing other important things. And, and the thing about it, what people understand, I have 10 plus other employees that work for me, so um, I have people that I pay to do things. And that was one of my excuses for, when I would do a lot of content, is because I had other people that were doing it for me, which they were. But now I'm doing it myself and making sure it's done exactly the way it's done, the way I want it to be done. So I have to do it myself. So my content will be reflective of what I am doing, things I like to talk about in real life, things that I like to do, things that I find interesting. And what I find interesting, um, is talking about mental health, talking about business, talking about wealth building, talking about politics, talking about newsworthy topics that are, that mature adults want to talk about. Shout out to Ren coming in. Ren said, "You want a quick panel, just like 20, 25 minute, really?" No, I don't want any panel. So, and shout out to everybody that has come in. We got 10 in here. We got 2 likes. Let's go ahead and get those likes up a little bit. So my content will be reflective of that. And also, guys, one of the other things that I have done is shout out to P for his music. And if you all have not, if you are a fan of Caribbean music, you can check out P the Piano Killer. He has some great Caribbean music that you can listen to when he goes live. I have engaged more into music writing and beat making and things of that sorts. Making R&B music, hip hop, rap. I've been doing some stuff in lo-fi hip hop. I've also done some dance music. I'm also looking at I'm learning how to create Afrobeat music, learning the theory behind Afro beats and some Caribbean stuff. I have some beats. I have about 6 or 7 tracks that are kind of Caribbean and Afro beats. And so I'm kind of dabbing into more of my music. Now, I will be posting on my music channel, D Darrell. I will be posting some music on that channel in the upcoming weeks. I'm going to say in probably the next week or two, I plan to, I do plan to drop my music on that D Darrell channel. And it's going to be tracks. It may be a track that people can use. Some of it will be like music. I'm not going to drop any songs right now because the songs that I have written, I got some production improvements on some of those things. So I'm not looking to drop another song on that channel, but I will be dropping music that you can listen to. We'll be dropping beats to listen to, and people use them and listen to whatever. What's up, Truism? Man, I was watching you last night. I watch at night, man. When I'm watching YouTube at night, man, I watch Truism be coming on at 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. I be in the clouds watching them talk about the Dago and all that crazy shit. But shout out to Truism. Check Truism out, man. He real funny, and he was up there singing and all that craziness. But yeah, man, Happy New Year's to you and your family too, player. So yeah, man, like I'm watching the content, man. I'm checking out content and stuff. I rarely come down. I came down in a while when I was over there by P, and Peter Panther Killer, and I came down just to say hello, man. I want people to understand that when you are in sectors, you do have to be careful, man, who you interact with, and you have to be just careful who you affiliate yourself with. And at one point, I got caught up in that. Stuff. I inadvertently created the Umar Johnson sector. And everybody that knows the sector knows that. They know that when I was not, all I was doing was supporting someone that I knew about who was Umar Johnson. Prior to I knew of Umar Johnson 3 years before I began content creation. When I learned about Umar Johnson, I was not a YouTuber. I was really just learning to watch YouTube and what it's about. I was basically watching music videos. I was watching the pro-black community. I was watching certain local YouTubers like Phil the Advice Show, or I think he called it something else now, Pan African Diaspora. I was watching Nollywood movies. That's what I was doing. I learned from Umar while I was working. Okay, I was actually treating a young kid. I was treating a kid and who had ADHD, young male, and the mom talked about, did I know a person named Umar Johnson? And she talked about him, and she was like, If he opens a school, I hope I can be able to bring my son to that school if he doesn't get better. Maybe that'll benefit him and things like that. She appreciated the work I was doing because he did make some improvements. And from that point, I went on YouTube checking out Umar Johnson. I saw the videos. I wasn't doing this every day. Um, I would just watch an Umar video whenever it come out, see something new. I was probably watching a few videos a month. Then when I got into the first sector I ever really got into was the manosphere in 16. People would repetitively bring him up here and there. I watched more of his videos, learn more about the culture of YouTube, and I start having my own opinion since I became a content creator. And it went from there. Now, I didn't know that the things that I was going to say was going to be as triggering as it was, and it would lead people to a point of hating me because I was saying things counter to what they were saying, so much that there was a guy who is I guess you can say he's a pastor, would go out and do all types of unethical things for a pastor, a man of the cloth, and he had friends and other people who did a lot of bad things. And so when you saw things about Umar that came out, there were people spreading all this negative stuff. They were saying things. I was simply trying to educate people about psychology and being a psychologist and what that journey looks like. How does one matriculate through a master's degree, bachelor's degree, master's, PhD, and that whole road to becoming a psychologist and what they can and can't do. I understand that. I knew that. That was a goal that at one time for me until I altered that goal. And so I understood, and I understand mental health. And so I was doing my original channel. I did positive content. I constantly talked about mental health, particularly with the Black community. I talked about political stuff. I talked about pro-Black stuff, and I did a few movie reviews here and there. That was the content. I did content talking about the day-to-day operations. When I would go to Dallas and build up my Dallas office, when it was actually doing really well in 17, 18, 19, it did really well. It slowed down during COVID. Shout out to TMK Media. He says, brother, that's a good formula. Fourth quarter was the first time I hit personal goals all year. It is best to focus on real life and keep this place to a minimum. I agree. And listen, I am not against people doing content, but you have to look in the mirror, man, and understand that your real life takes precedence over this. I would not allow myself to, allow this to take precedence over my real life. Also, not allowing the YouTube environment to affect your real life. There were things done by people. These are professional people. These are people who are religious figures. These are people who have licenses and certifications, and they have jobs and things. And these people got into litigation. These people were involved in all types of things, contacting law enforcement, becoming a nuisance to government agencies. And right now, in that particular sector itself, there are things going on right now, not only with a particular person that was part of the criminal justice system, But the person who is going around about investing all of these hours that he could be doing improving his own business to do these things. And so I find issues on both ends, not only with the person who has recklessly ruined his career, but also the person who goes about spending all of these hours, you know, doing that when he could be doing things to improve his own business. He could be doing things to, you know, make more money. I want you all to understand this as we're doing this content. When I was so caught up within the YouTube sector related environment and culture, and I start spending money to do things, and I noticed in order for me to effectively fight things constantly, or, you know, I would have to spend money, but it wasn't the money. It was the time that I didn't like. That's the reason I did not go full force with a lot of things. Okay? Number one, I would have never fathomed coming on a platform where you just want to have fun, speak and have an opinion, and move on with your day would evolve into people gravitating towards you, people wanting your demise, people that love you, people that hate you, people who are, you know, putting out plays, or people who are, you know, planning things against you, circulating information, wanting to involve your family members. All of this craziness, nonsense. I didn't fathom this stuff, nor that I ever make, and I never will. I will never sacrifice making money in real life for my business to go online and to going to the county probation office, going to the county, you know, sheriff's department, which I did some of those things. Okay? And I will never do that. I would never fully commit to that. And people were like, you know, they told me I was criticized for just talking and whining and things of that sort. And these are supposed to be from intelligent people. They're supposed to be adults who are over 30, 40, plus 50 years old, who were basically criticizing me for expressing my distaste for people doing weird psychopathic things. They thought I was the unusual one for not creating more narratives by going out and showing that I'm talking to this person, that person, hiring this person, hiring that person, so that I can entertain you for free. And so, none of the things that were put out about me that were negative were true. And if some of those things were true, they were mischaracterized. And, you know, I've been in YouTube since 2007. It's going on. It'll be 8 years. 8 years. It was over 8 years. It's going on 9 years, actually, as far as just being in sectors and doing content creations. It's been almost 8 years. And I could be doing so many other things. I could be contacting hospitals, other community health clinics, government contracts, state and federal level, local level, going to school districts. To me, the main thing that was exposed to me was that a lot of the hours that you were on YouTube could have been planning for marketing related events, marketing and networking related things. Also, in having a dollar store, investing the time and money in that, going through the pitfalls of a business, trying to get it profitable in its first couple years of existence. I had a lot on my plate, having not a lot on my plate. So when you hear people say, and I never understood this, but you got to understand when you're interacting with people who don't understand wealth building, don't understand money, they don't understand professionalism, and they start saying stuff like you're on YouTube all day and how could you do this and how can you do that? Well, the reason why they don't understand is because they never accomplished any of those things, and that's poor them. I can't I can't put you in my shoes per se. I'm not going to argue. It's almost like, the question. I'm gonna ask everybody a question. We got intelligent people in the chat. Would you take financial advice from a broke person? The answer is no. Would you take professional advice from a person who's not a professional? The answer is no. Okay? So why, when these people say these things, do they think that it has value? It doesn't have value to me. Doesn't have value to anybody. You're just a person who has an opinion that has no value. I always understood that. I never cared about what people said about me. I appreciate the good, care less about the bad. But I want people to understand that none of those things truly affected me or it stopped my bottom line in real life. And so I'm still a business. I still own businesses. I'm still living well. I'm still operating. I'm growing. Since being online, since people want to talk about productivity and things what you're doing, since I've been online, I've started multiple businesses. I have started new programs, multiple businesses, and investments. And that's just the stuff I told you about. There are other things that are far bigger that you don't know about. Okay? And that's the thing that people don't understand. So when people did want to criticize my online presence, I actually have things, tangible things that you can see that could back up what I was doing. No one else can do that. No one else was doing that. Not that they couldn't. If they are, they are. But I did. So I'm trying to figure out why people were trying to figure out how and why I was doing things. But the reality is that I want to talk about wealth building, money, financial things, political things, mental health, or noteworthy issues in our community. Give me a second, guys. I'll be back, and I'll come back to complete the live stream. I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, I am back. I am back. I'm gonna go ahead and end this live stream in a little bit. Appreciate you all for coming in. Appreciate my boy K for coming in, Unadulterated Truth. Ren for coming in. My boy Truism. Hey, Truism, if you're watching, let me know if you're gonna be going live tonight, man. I'm gonna go check you out tonight. I may come out the clouds, depending on what you're talking about. But yeah, man, um, I wish everybody well in those sectors, man. But my Life Solutions channel is where my content is gonna be at. I may do some other stuff here and there, but the consistent content will be coming from this channel. Uploads of vertical lives. I will be doing a lot of vertical lives. I don't think that I'm actually thinking about getting rid of the StreamYard. I'm really thinking about getting rid of StreamYard because I'm not going to do a lot of panel related content. So I'm debating on that. I don't know. What do you all think about StreamYard? Do you think it's a necessity to have these days? I mean, to me, vertical, it really is where things are right now. People love to swipe up and watch videos. That's a big thing. That's what they're pushing. But that's where I'm at, man. Guys, that's where I'm at as a content creator, doing positive content, doing professional content. I'm doing with all the theatrics and all that other crazy stuff. I have no interest in the demise of any black professional, whether he intentionally did things to harm me or not. I'm past all of that because at the end of the day, I'm good. My family is good. I'm good. My business is good. And what people say and do to expose that or anything really doesn't affect anybody. Unless you are personally harassing somebody or trying to meet them and do things in real life, those things didn't happen. And so I don't need to be playing in areas where people are doing those things and you think it's entertaining. I don't find that entertaining. But if you want to spend 20 hours, 30 hours a week out of your day from your business or your job to help bring people down or hold them accountable, and you're in your right. You're in your right to do that. I'm not doing that. If I got to spend crazy times, hours in meetings doing that, and then post it for people to listen to, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing those things. I'm not. And not that the person don't deserve it, but I'm not doing that. So if you feel that those environments are that valuable to you, where you constantly are back and forth with the same people over and over and all that stuff, hey, have at it. Have a great time. Hope you enjoy yourself. Get a kick out of it. I'm not, man. I don't need to do that. I'm in a position as a professional, as a business owner, just at the level I am in life, I have no business doing things like that. I don't. I mean, I did it for fun. Fun's over. This is what I'm doing is also fun. So yeah, I wish everybody have a great day. I hope that y'all, do something that you enjoy, whatever your passions are. Definitely, engage in that. So with that being said, guys, I have a great day. I'm going to go out and enjoy my day. I'm going to watch some sports, eat some good food, chill, make some music, things like that. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm actually going to be working on some music, and then I got a little paperwork that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing those things today, and I'm out.